Today on Public Eye News, an NMU professor is honored for his contributions to international social work. Later, Dana Nessel and other state attorneys general moved to file an amicus brief over President Trump's federal buyout plan.
Bianca Kroll will have your weather forecast for the next few days, and Emma Maratz will bring you today's sports breakdown. I'm Beck Burley.
And I'm Luke Niddle, and you're watching Public Eye News. The Northern Michigan University Quiz Bowl team went down to Minneapolis this weekend to compete in the 2025 NAQT North Sectional Tournament. NMU sent two four-person squads to participate in the Division II bracket of the regional competition. Graduate student Josh Pletcher led the A squad, scoring an average of 52 points per game, while junior Cole Robinson led the B squad with 17 points per game. The A team placed third at the end of the day, just shy of nationals placement. They achieved a record of 7 wins and 2 losses. The Quiz Bowl team now prepares to host a tournament of their own next weekend for UP and Northern Wisconsin high schools. Later in the semester, the team will play a match against NMU faculty members and hold a trivia night for the NMU campus community. And NMU Assistant Professor Vikash Kumar has been awarded for his work and contributions to the International Consortium for Social Development, also known as the ICSD. Kumar has served in the Social Work Department at Northern since August of 2021. Kumar is also a board member of the ICSD and the Director of Information and Technology. Both he and NMU Associate Professor Carl Johnson presented papers at the ICSD conference. Kumar presented Identifying Skill Gaps in Human Rights Organizations in the Neoliberal Era, a study on challenges human rights organizations face in aiding marginalized people. Johnson presented his findings in the Economic Logic of Developmental Welfare State Policy, clarifying differences with the standard economic view.
And the Michigan Department of Natural Resources has been working to improve ice fishing access across the Upper Peninsula since 2021, maintaining over 24 sites to ensure anglers have reliable access to fishing opportunities. This initiative, aimed at improving ice fishing experiences, is supported by a network of local partners who assist the DNR in maintaining the sites, particularly during snowy conditions. To monitor the effectiveness of the program, the DNR conducts an annual evaluation each spring. This assessment looks at factors such as the frequency of site usage and whether any damage occurs to the access ramps, ensuring that the ice fishing locations remain in good condition and accessible to all. And the Michigan Department of Lifelong Education, Advancement and Potential, or MyLEAP, is awarding $10 million to 75 school districts to boost college readiness and support students' education and training plans after high school. Among the recipients are Pickford Public Schools and Bark River Harris School District. Completing the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, is the first critical step for students to access state and federal scholarships and loans, including the Michigan Achievement Scholarship and the Community College Guarantee. These programs offer students up to $27,000 toward a 4-year degree or a tuition-free path to earning a skill certificate or associate degree. Participating districts will integrate FAFSA completion into their high school graduation requirements, with an opt-out option for qualifying students. And for more than 100 years, the teddy bear has been a symbol of comfort to people of all ages. On this Teddy Day, a group called the Bear Givers are working with students to spread kindness one teddy bear at a time. CBS's Jared Hill has more.
This is Daddy Bear and this is Mommy Bear.
I mean, come on, kids and teddy bears, unbearably adorable.
Yep.
But in this New York City classroom, they're also part of a bigger lesson.
I'm going to teach you a little bit about kindness.
Classroom visits like this one are part of what the nonprofit Bear Givers calls the Leading with Kindness initiative.
We just get to spread kindness through gift giving.
Bear Givers launched in 2003 as a way to brighten the lives of children in hospitals with teddy bears. As the program grew, middle school teacher Karen Feldman came along.
You guys are going to give these out to the kids?
Introducing it to some of her students in 2022, hoping initially just to make a difference amid a rise in hate speech at the school. Talk to me about the idea of using decorating the bears in this kindness program as a meaningful consequence instead of just detention.
I wanted to have a program that would give students that jolt of adrenaline, but because they're doing something good. And maybe that would deter them, from doing something bad.
The act of kindness became contagious, spreading beyond the detention doors to other students who then took the reins.
We loved going to schools, and so we all thought, well, we should just continue this in high school.
I think we are planting kindness into them.
This class of kindergartners with cognitive and developmental challenges isn't just receiving a gift, they're passing it on. Decorating the tiny t-shirts on these teddies to take them to another group of students, continuing the chain of positivity. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Now don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with your weather and statewide news after this break.
Next time on The Great American Recipe. Create a dish spotlighting your go-to ingredients.
Okay. I want to show the judges a great corn tortilla.
I gotta start over. Starting over at 40 minutes to go. Can you open this for me, please?
Yes, I can.
You got to make sure that everything on the plate is going to shine.
This is not a low-calorie meal I'm making.
Monday night at 9 on WNMU TV.
And welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Bianca Kroll, and here's our weather segment for the day. Looking at the roof cam here on campus, it's looking pretty sunny outside with a few clouds in the sky, and hopefully we'll see some more sunny conditions as the weather continues. Now looking in the map of the UP here, starting off in Houghton, it is 15 degrees and cloudy. In Ironwood, 15 degrees and sunny. Iron Mountain, 20 degrees and mostly sunny. And in Menominee, it is 22 degrees and sunny. And moving to the other side of the UP over here, in Escanaba, it is 23 degrees and mostly sunny. Manistee, 24 and partly cloudy. In Sault Ste. Marie, 25 mostly sunny. And back here in Marquette, it's 19 with some sunny conditions. Looking further into those current conditions, the winds are west at 15 miles per hour with a barometric pressure of 30.38 inches and falling. And looking at tonight, we're going to see some cloudy skies with a low of 2, the winds west 12 miles per hour, and our moon phase is a waxing gibbous. And looking at tomorrow, we're going to have some cloudy skies with a high of 15, a low of -2, and the wind southeast at 5 miles per hour. And looking ahead here, on Wednesday we'll have a high of 19 with some snow showers and a low of 10. On Thursday we'll have a high of 21 with some cloudy skies and a low of 3. And on Friday we'll have a high of 22 with some mostly sunny skies and a low of 16. That's all I have for the weather. Now back to the desk.
Thank you for that weather update, Bianca. Looking forward to it heating up just a little bit later in the week. Going now into some statewide news. A Kalamazoo County man has been sentenced for 2 criminal sexual conduct charges that occurred in 2005. Sean Darnell Robinson Hopkins, 39, was found guilty in November 2024 of 2 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct for assaulting a minor. Judge Kenneth Barnard of the 9th Circuit Court, Kalamazoo County, sentenced Robinson Hopkins to 12 to 50 years in prison for the 2 crimes. The victim, who was 14 years old at the time of the attack, reported the crime immediately, but prosecutors were unable to identify Robinson Hopkins until a DNA match from the crime turned up in 2022. The case is part of a larger effort by the Kalamazoo Sexual Assault Kit Initiative to reopen cold cases for a reinvestigation. And Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel joined a coalition of 21 other attorneys general in a group resistance to oppose President Donald Trump's plan to buy out federal employees. The group has moved to file an amicus brief in support of a motion for a temporary restraining order of the buyout. Michigan in particular holds tens of thousands of federal employees that hold jobs ranging from medical staff in Veterans Affairs hospitals to park rangers maintaining Isle Royal. On January 28th, the U.S. Office of Personnel Management offered federal employees just over a week to accept a deferred resignation, which would allow employees to resign but still collect pay and benefits without coming to work. Federal Judge George O'Toole deferred the deadline to accept until today, with the hearing currently ongoing and began at 2 p.m. And President Trump begins the 4th week of his second term with generally positive poll numbers from the American public. But he faces court challenges over multiple executive orders amid concerns about rising prices. CBS News correspondent Naomi Ruckham has a closer look at the president's plans for this week.
President Donald Trump has a new target in his quest to cut government spending: the American penny. Overnight, he announced on social media that he has instructed the Treasury Secretary to stop making new pennies, which cost more than 3 cents to make. Also happening today, President Trump says he will announce new tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports, including from Canada and Mexico. And later this week, he'll come out with new reciprocal tariffs on countries worldwide.
They are charging us 130% and we're charging them nothing. It's not going to stay that way.
New CBS News YouGov polling shows the American public largely approves of the sweeping changes made over the last few weeks, with 70% of Americans saying President Trump is doing what he promised during the campaign. 66% say he's not doing enough to focus on lowering prices. The president says after dismantling USAID, he's directing Elon Musk to look at overspending at other departments. Democrats are trying to fight back against the president's agenda, but admit they can only rely on court challenges.
The checks and balances are working. What is not working is the way that the executive is behaving.
So far, as many as 12 federal judges have put pauses on the president's plans. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
And Emma Moratz will have your sports update after this break. Stay tuned.
When you put voices together, there's an energy in the air.
Keeping Black traditions alive, it's so important.
The story was meant to be told.
This feels so good.
Black people can also have those stories too.
All this and more, now streaming on the PBS app.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Emma Moratz, here to deliver your sports report. Starting off in New Orleans, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles faced off to play in Super Bowl 59. The Chiefs were hoping to hit a historic third Super Bowl win in a row, but their plan was foiled by the Eagles, with the Eagles coming out on top with a final score of 40-22. Cooper DeJean became the first player in Super Bowl history to score a touchdown on his birthday after he got a pick six in the second quarter. This game concludes the NFL season. Jumping from the football field to the hockey rink, the Detroit Red Wings hockey team had their 7-game win streak come to an end after a 6-3 loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Wings winger Vladimir Tarasenko scored his 300th career goal during the game, along with Cam Talbot making 11 saves during game time. Talbot took over for Alex Lyon after Lyon allowed 2 goals during the first 3 minutes. The team was unable to make their goal of 8 straight wins, a challenge that has not been completed since the 2007-2008 season. The Wings host the Minnesota Wild on February 22nd in Detroit. Finishing off in the rink, the NMU Wildcat hockey team gained a few crucial conference points after a 3-2 win in overtime against Lake Superior State University. The Wildcats were able to tie the game twice before having to head into overtime, where freshman forward Graydon Slipik was the hero of the story. He was able to score the game-winning goal, which gave NMU their first win in overtime of the season. Goalie Ryan Ouellette was able to make an impressive 42 saves, his 4th highest of the season during a single game. The team faces off against St. Thomas at the Barry Event Center on February 21st and 22nd. That's all I have for sports. Now back to the news desk.
Well, thank you for that sports update, Emma. That was just an amazing game last night. I was rooting for the Eagles.
Oh, I have to say I was too. It was a great game, great to see him win, but I hear you have a couple more stories for us.
I do. Let's jump right in. NMU's new take on Much Ado About Nothing adds a UP connection, bringing local flair to the classic Shakespeare play. Jimmy Ludwig, director of this month's Northern Michigan University production of Much Ado, says his adaptation is designed to give the classic Shakespeare play a local twist, making it more relatable to UP audiences. And artists north of the 45th have been invited to submit their work for an upcoming exhibition. Northern Michigan University's DeVos Art Museum is now accepting submissions for its North of the 45th 2025 annual Upper Midwest Jurate exhibition. Artists living in Michigan, Wisconsin, or Minnesota, north of the 45th parallel, are invited to submit works from all media. Submissions are open through March 18th.
Well, a lot of stuff happening all throughout campus. I think I might have to go check out that UP Shakespeare play. Sounds very interesting.
I know. I'm pretty excited to see what kind of spin he puts on it.
And with that, we're out of time here on Public Eye News Today. I'm Luke Niddle.
And I'm Beck Burley.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.